I've been cycling for about 3 years now, and about a year ago I started commuting whenever I could. I live on the northeast side of Brentwood in Davidson County, so my commute down to Nashville Public Television near the Tennessee Fairgrounds isn't so bad. It's about 9.5 miles each way for a nice 19-mile round trip. Inbound takes me about 35 minutes, so I usually leave a little after 8 o'clock. It puts me a little behind the rush hour traffic and gets me in early enough to change before starting work. The first part of my trip is mostly bucolic. Once out of my subdivision, I make a quick run up Cloverland and then make a left into the Copperfield subdivision, which has a generous bike lane and a nice slope down to Old Hickory Boulevard. It's also home to a quirky British-style phone booth and a covered bridge that goes across part of the 7 Mile Creek. At Old Hickory Boulevard, I need to make a left at the light and then a quick right onto Hill Road. If I'm the only vehicle in the lane, I sometimes don't trigger the sensors in the street that alert the light that I'm there. When this is the case, the Hill Road traffic will often get the green light first, and then I'll have to quickly jump through the red light. But I've got plenty of time before they come. Up the small climb that is Hill Road, I eventually pass the Cranberry School, where many in the community recycle on the weekends. It's then right on the continuation of Hill Road and left on San Marcos. I make a left on Broadwell, passing the very Nashville-named Songwriter Circle, and at the top of Broadwell I turn right onto Trousdale. Trousdale's a pretty ride. It's a designated bike route and has a dedicated bike lane. It cuts through the Creve Hall neighborhood, which has some great 50s-style ranch houses, and a great expanse of vacant property overshadowed by towering power lines. I often wonder why there isn't a long greenway under those lines. At the corner of Trousdale and Hogan is a four-way stop. I treat myself like a car here and own the lane, going only when it's my turn. Up ahead is the first real time when me and automobiles truly have to share the road. Though still a bike route, the bike lane is gone and the road becomes narrow. There's a sidewalk, but it's not legal for me to ride, and it's actually more dangerous with garbage cans and yard debris sometimes strewn on it. The road begins to steadily climb all the way up to the Creve Hall sign and eventually Harding Road. I stay to the right as best as I can, shift to a lower gear, and just ease on up. I remember when I first started commuting that this area used to give me a lot of trouble. I'd have to climb out of the saddle and get nervous that I was slowing traffic down. Now I just stay seated and zip on up it. Things get busy at the corner of Trousdale and Harding Road. This is a major intersection. I'm in the right lane, which can go either straight or left. I'm going left towards Sidco Drive. I again act like a car and own the lane, alerting the car behind me which way I'm going. The brief ride on Harding can be treacherous. I stay on the shoulder, but just so much. There are grates facing the wrong way for cyclists and plenty of trash to get in my way. I make a right onto Sidco Drive, passing the Cracker Barrel and Waffle House. I know there are plenty of great biscuit places in Nashville, but personally, I like the Waffle House's biscuits and gravy. Sidco Drive is as industrial as it gets, and strangely, it's one of my favorite parts of the trip. At one point on the road, I ride parallel to 65 North. I wonder if anyone in their cars can see me riding along with them and is secretly jealous of the fresh air I'm getting. I approach the CSX Intermodal, where 18-wheelers often line up to pick up cargo off the CSX trains. To my right, a sea of trailers. To my left, I get my first glimpse of the Nashville skyline, a sight I never tire of. I get into the left lane, signal with my left arm outstretched, and head down Powell Avenue, past the Home Depot, the Regal Cinemas, and 100 Oaks Mall, where Vanderbilt now has some of their health department. The corner of Powell and Thompson can get a little tricky. 2 lanes turn into 3, with the middle one going straight. I'm in the right lane and need to get into the middle lane. Up ahead there's both an incline and a curve, and I need to time my lane change exactly right. If I change too early, I might piss off drivers who think I'm slowing them down. If I do it too late, I won't be able to see behind me around the curve and could get blindsided by a car coming up fast. I made it. Welcome to beautiful Berry Hill. If I was driving, I might stop for some coffee at Sam and Zoe's. If I'm not in a hurry, I'll often ride the drainage area of Bransford. There's plenty of room there, and then the cars have lots of room on the road. Although it's not the safest thing, as an open mailbox door could easily take my head off. But I just go it slow. If there isn't much traffic, I'll ride on the road just outside the drainage area. I take the train tracks near Craig Head at a 9-degree angle and head further down Bransford. I've always found this street very interesting. One side has newer, colorful developments. The other side has more run-down ranch-style homes that all seem to have a satellite dish outside. Some even have 2 or 3. I go past the Wedge Hill Market and the old White Trash Cafe. I do miss the White Trash Cafe. I make a right on Wedgwood toward the fairgrounds. Left on Rains Avenue, and once up the hill and through the gate, I'm at work at NPT. My ride back later that day is pretty much like the ride in, except for a few minor alterations to better deal with the flow of traffic. I get home, the bike goes on the rack, and it's all ready for the next time.